You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
Thank you so much for joining us here. The time right now, 6 a.m. on a Friday morning. I'm Nada Irampour. Let's get you caught up on your forecast heading into the weekend here. Evan, what can we expect?
Yeah, we're starting to see those temperatures finally slide a bit. So cooler temperatures in store across our county. We no longer have the 80s in play for this afternoon. We are saying goodbye to them. But yesterday was a warm one out there where we broke some temperature records for the day. As we look out over the course of the afternoon, we'll see those temperatures primarily in the 60s and some low 70s out there inland. We do wake up to a bit of cloud cover, although that layer of clouds is not as low down to the ground. So no dense fog advisory in play, but we have replaced along the coast that dense fog advisory that we had for 3 days with now a beach hazard statement. We've got some intense waves out there, about 4 to 8 feet. Coming up, we'll talk more about the cooler temperatures, the cloudier skies, and maybe even that chance for rain in the upcoming forecast. Back to you.
Keep that jacket with you today, Evan. Thank you very much. Starting tomorrow, you could get a ticket for violating the state's so-called daylighting law. It bans drivers from parking within 20 feet of any crosswalk, marked or unmarked. CBS 8's Regina Urita live in Kearney Mesa with how much a citation could start costing people. Hi, Regina. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Netta. Yeah, well, within these 2 months, at least Californians had a 2 month grace period since that law took effect in January. But now, starting on Saturday, you could get ticketed. Now, just for reference, right here where I'm standing, you can see my marker here on the ground. From where I'm standing to that orange cone where we place it right next to that crosswalk, that is roughly 20 feet, because I know many people are probably thinking, well, what is 20 feet? Think of it as the length of a car, just a little extra length, leg room. That is about 20 feet. So just keep that in mind starting on Saturday. That crosswalk, you could get cited. So any car that is looking to park in this section, you will get ticketed. This is a law that you should follow with marked or unmarked crosswalks. This rule applies whether or not there is a red curb or no parking signage at the intersection. State legislators passed the law to improve the traffic safety. It's also intended to improve visibility for drivers in intersections. The city says if drivers have greater visibility at crosswalks, crashes involving pedestrians can be more easily avoided. Since it passed, San Diego has evaluated more than 1,000 of the busiest intersections. Crews installed red curbs at approximately 200 locations and removed 97 parking meters within the 20 feet range. Now, as you can imagine, a law like this can be a sore subject since some Californians argue that there is already not enough parking in many areas. Drivers we talked to in the past say they want improved public safety, but have concerns about it.
Parking is so constrained right now. I have mixed feeling about that. Certainly safety is a priority, but there's such limited parking.
Now, as far as how much that citation will cost you, it's about $77.50. This is also the current fine for parking at a red curb in San Diego. So keep that in mind. Starting on Saturday, just be aware that if you park 20 feet away from that crosswalk, you could get ticketed. I'll send it back to you.
Whether marked or unmarked, that could get you. The man accused of killing his mother and putting her body in the trunk of a car in El Cajon is expected to make his first court appearance today. Authorities say 24-year-old Richard Leyva killed his mom, Jamison Webster, after she went to a Motel 6 to drop off stuff for him. Sources say Leyva was staying there after leaving a mental health facility on the same day that he was admitted. Leyva was arrested after a chase that ended in a crash on Tuesday. And this morning, an East County school district is considering eliminating dozens of jobs. The governing board of Grossmont Union High School District has approved a resolution that considers eliminating 49 certified positions. Those are employees with teaching credentials and about 12 classified positions. This after a packed school board meeting last night became emotional.
The action that they took is going to have the worst effects on our students.
This is not just about balancing the budget this year. It's about looking down the road and doing what's in the best interests of the district and the district's fiscal health long term.
You heard from both sides there, but a lot of emotion around it. The district cites a projected multi-year budget deficit, declining enrollment, and uncertainty in the state budget for this move. The district will make final decisions on May 15th. Keep in mind, it is not guaranteed that all staff that got notices will be let go. And schools across the country have until today to end diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, also known as DEI. The Department of Education says schools and colleges could lose federal funding. They just launched a portal where people can report what they call discriminatory practices online.
Right now, a nationwide movement is taking place with the goal of taking a stand against rising prices and taking aim at billionaires and major corporations. The so-called economic blackout is a 24-hour boycott that started at midnight. The organization behind it says it's to protest the influence of billionaires and big corporations in politics. It's also to show growing frustration into the rising costs of living. Some people say they will participate by avoiding big brand stores and instead shopping local.
The only way we can show the companies what we think is by showing with our wallets. And so I feel like this would be the most powerful way to say it.
It's unclear whether this will have a big impact on retailers.
DOGE, which I think stands for Destruction of Government by Elon.
That is local Democratic Congressman Mike Levin describing DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. DOGE is looking to cut the Social Security Administration in half. That may include the Oceanside office, possibly meaning longer wait times and delayed benefits. This morning, Levin and a group of seniors will speak out against the move.
If you don't think they're going after Social Security, then you're not looking at the situation rationally or clearly. It's happening right before our eyes. We have to be careful that across the federal government, that this isn't just a heist for Elon Musk at the expense of seniors and families and children.
Levin says layoffs and closures would impact over 137,000 Social Security recipients in his district alone. Right now, San Diego FC getting ready for their inaugural home opener. Are you going to this match? A lot of people are. The newest professional sports team in America's finest city will take on St. Louis City SC tomorrow night. The club expecting the largest crowd in Snapdragon Stadium's history. Fan Fest will begin at 3:30 p.m. and the match starts at 7:30. So yeah, you can do a lot of pre-gaming, if you will. Fans are encouraged to arrive early, take public transit over to Snapdragon. MTS will have increased service for the match. They also have a new $56 pass for all regular season home matches. And our new special Beyond the Crest is airing on our free streaming channel, CBS 8+ right now. We take a closer look at the development of San Diego FC. You can also watch our sports team talk about tomorrow's match on CBS 8+. Download on your TV and watch for free. It is 6:08. There's a chill in the air that we have not had for a while.
Yeah, we are starting to see those temperatures slide finally after what's been about a week full of those warmer than normal temperatures. We enjoyed 70s and 80s out there. Now a cool down. You saw that view from Hotel Del Coronado. A foggy start to the morning in some cases, but not quite as dense out there as it was yesterday or really any of the days prior this week. Miramar's at 7 miles of visibility. We'll keep watching out for this. This can change on a minute-by-minute basis, really. We got 48 footers out there, so just a thing to keep in mind is we know that when we have those warmer temperatures, a lot of people want to get in the water, want to head to the beach. It's always a reminder to check in with the lifeguard first. They're the experts there by the water. With 4 to 8 foot waves, it is a reminder that maybe just getting your toes in, up to your knees, sure, totally fine. Keep in mind, water temperature is very, very cold still, but a lot of people want to just kind of enjoy the water. But getting all the way in, if you're not an experienced surfer or swimmer, maybe not the best idea. This expires at 10 p.m., coincides usually with the repeated troughs of low pressure that tend to come our way, and this is no different. We see that ridge of high pressure that was bringing us warm temperatures pushed off to the east, and now our chance for rain will climb steadily as several troughs of low pressure move in. Our best chance for rain looks to be Monday. That means over the course of the weekend, we're more than likely going to stay dry. This is what we see on our rainfall forecast models, whereas if we push all the way through late tonight, there's nothing. By the time we get into Saturday, a few sprinkles possible, but really, again, nothing major here expected. We're talking scattered mist and drizzle, if that. And then all the way through Sunday, we still don't see any change in that forecast, which means that we will most likely have a dry weekend, aside from maybe a few sprinkles out there. Expect, though, cooler temperatures and cloudier skies. Let's check in on your road conditions right now. Right now, drive times outside are not doing too bad on 163 northbound or on the 8 westbound. We're in the green out there. Coronado Bridge was a little slower earlier, down to the about 30-mile-per-hour range. Now we're at 40 miles per hour, getting from downtown to Coronado. Let's take a look at your border wait times this morning, where it is a 75-minute wait at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. Should take you about an hour 15 to get across. Otay Mesa Port of Entry will get you across much faster, 30 minutes in total.